What's up, guys? Big Papa Drock back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And guys, it is so good to see you. I know it has been a little bit of time since I've dropped a video. It's been several weeks since I streamed. Just wanted to give you kind of a quick update as to what's going on before we get into the excitement of the video. And it is an exciting one because some big things are happening in Raid. But first and foremost, we had an incredible Twitch partner party a couple weeks back. I was absolutely cooked afterwards from staying up, which is hilarious that staying up and streaming that late had that kind of effect, but it did. Didn't feel good the next several days. And then frankly, I've just been dealing with health problems, guys. As many of you know, if you follow this channel, I had surgery earlier this year to try to resolve some pain that made sitting down extremely painful for me. That surgery failed. Unfortunately, I've just been dealing with an immense amount of pain from that specific issue, which has been not fun. Not fun when you can't sit down. Has made every aspect of my life significantly more difficult. Has certainly made the prospect of streaming or even creating content a lot harder. Even sitting down right now hurts quite a bit, but I really needed to get some videos out because it's been a while. So that's part of what I've been dealing on the health front, and then also some really bad back problems as well that have gotten progressively worse. So yeah, it's been a rough couple weeks for me health-wise. So that's reason number one. And then reason number two is I have been absolutely slammed at work. There's really not much else to say. It's a good problem. I'm excited about it. I love what I do, which is a fun thing to get to say. But candidly, I've been working really late. And so that's been the other part of it's been challenging to find time to do content, because those moments when I have had time off, like some of these weekend days maybe, I've just felt so terrible that most of my day has been spent, frankly, laying down, sleeping, whatever. I don't do pain pills. That's never been my thing, thank God. So the way I kind of cope with that is I sleep. So that's just a quick update. Has nothing to do with today's video, but since I hadn't posted a video in over a week and I haven't streamed in 2 weeks, I just wanted to let people know what's going on. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'm working really hard to try to get these health problems fixed so that I can get back to doing this more consistently. And I think after next week, certainly work won't be as crazy. So that's good, but just wanted to give you a quick update if you care. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Either way, I hope things are going well in your life, like they seem to be going well for the first time in a while in Raid. And you might be asking yourselves, well, what's going well in Raid? Well, first and foremost, let's start with something like an actual 10x for primal shards. Now, look, if you're not a spender, you don't care about this. Completely understand if you're free to play, a very low spender, this probably doesn't mean much to you. But for people that do spend, this means a lot. This is a long time overdue for mythical champions. I'm really happy that they finally decided to do this. I also hope that in conjunction with this, that they start updating some of these shard pull rates, which are abysmally low. If you looked at a video that I did with Saf a couple months back, the chances of getting a champion, or just watch my Fina pulling video where I just get completely demolished, pulling basically every shard I have trying to go for Fina. So that's my other hope, is that they, now that they've put a 10x in the primals, they come back, they look at the shard rates for ancients and for voids and for sacreds. Well, maybe not sacred, I guess, but ancients, voids absolutely need to be updated with those progressive chance events. I guess actually, yeah, sacreds as well. Yeah, progressive chance events just need to get better to make up for the fact that there are way more champions in the game. But hey, a 10x on mythicals, this is a big thing. As you all know, I've been hunting nice for a long time. I'm not pulling for Karosa, but when there's a 10x for nice, you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be in on it. So that's first and foremost. Oh, and look at this. Look at these incredible offers. Wow, 4 primal shards for 60. Wow, you can't even see it here, but $60 for 4 primal shards and 4 tomes. What an incredible value. Maybe they should work on the prices too. But this video isn't about primal shards. What this video is about is some of the news they just dropped about dev feedback to some of the things we've been saying in the Supreme Club, and also content creators have been saying for years. And frankly, this is one of the more encouraging updates that I have ever personally seen. So let's read through it and I'll give you my thoughts on it. First and foremost, all right, the usual timeline for planned features is 4 to 6 months. Thanks to all the extra concepts and insights you've given me, I've managed to share some good news for you today. Okay, cool. Yeah, this still has to change. This is insane that 4 to 6 months is your timeline for planned feature updates, but whatever. We already talked about that ad nauseum. Let's start with why this is such a good feedback session here. And for the first time, I think in a long time, really makes me think that the devs are actually listening to the community, or at least to Supreme Club members. Actually, both, because some of these are updates that help the community at large and not just spenders. Starting with Tag Team Marina. Holy shit, guys. Are they actually going to fix this? This is insane. This has been a problem for years. You asked, they listened. Excuse me. The team agrees that Tag Team Marina could use some improvements. Yeah, no duh. And while there are plenty of ideas on the table, one big change is already in the works. Expanded Tag Team Arena tiers. Hallelujah. Holy crap. Oh my God, they're actually doing it. I can't believe it. Are happening later this year. I don't like that part. That should not take this long to do this. This is not a hard change to make. Again, you are changing a couple of values in a spreadsheet. This could be done literally in the next week with minimal effort, but at least they're actually addressing this. This has been one of the major issues for free-to-play players, one of the major issues for low spenders. Tag Team Arena is literal hell when it comes to trying to get, here we go, we're lagging hard now. I love it. The servers are just absolutely cooking today. Tag Team Arena, I can't see here because I'm on my main account, but trying to get Ramonti missions done, forget it. Unless you are a large spender, Tag Team Arena is basically impossible with how these tiers have come together. Like player limit 7,000 for gold 1, 15K or 20K for gold 3. These need to be tripled. You know what I mean? This needs to be quadded. It's just like the missions that are tied into this to getting Ramonti are asininely impossible for the vast majority of the player base. So yes, a very, very welcome change. Cannot come soon enough. Should have been done years ago, but hey, at least they're finally addressing it. And again, this is something that everyone has talked about for a long time. Now we get to my personal favorite change of this update. I'm just gonna be straight up honest. I can't fucking believe they're actually going to change this. This has been something that I have railed on in content creator chat for literally 3 years at this point, and that people have been bringing up for even longer than that as a major problem in the game, specifically within PvP. Classic Arena, great news. Blind Reset is officially landing this summer. I can't believe it. I'm honestly stunned. For context, they had told us years ago they wouldn't do this, that they were never going to do this. So I'm curious as to what changed. Honestly, I think it's probably just the fact that people in Supreme Club who spend kept bringing this up as a major problem, myself included, because it is a major problem. It's like the PvP and Raid is such a shit show, whether you're a spender or whether you're free to play. There's so many things they could do to improve it. This is a great start. So devs, thank you for finally listening to feedback you've been getting for literally 5 or 6 years. Thank you. And it's landing this summer. Now that could mean July, it could mean August, who knows, but at least it's freaking coming. Thank you, God. And it's so necessary because Classic Arena has just been basically, what clan are you in? And can your clan beat the other clan? Instead of it being what it should be, which is who is the alpha dog of that week as an individual player. So the team is also working on a possible change to the reset logic. Oh my God. Holy hell. Are we going to get a 2-for-1? Just for again, reset happens at 3 or 4 a.m. on the East Coast in America. You basically can't participate unless you just decide to not sleep at all going into work the next day. It's ridiculous. They need different reset times to be fair to the majority of the player base that happens to be in America. You know what I mean? Thank God. And while there's no ETA yet, they're considering a quality of life tweak for the platinum avatars as a reward for taking the first place. Wow. Honestly, all good news here. Do I want to see a change to when reset happens, or a rolling time where maybe some weeks it's a little bit later, maybe some weeks it's earlier, so everyone gets a fair shot to participate? Absolutely. But just the fact that there's going to be a blind reset mode, way overdue. So Plarium, thank you again for listening. Thank you. Like, make the game better. You know what I mean? Like, make the game great. That's what we want. Okay, Siege. Clan leaders rejoice. Soon you'll be able to remove teams from buildings during the prep phase more control, less chaos, plus a handy scroll counter is coming to track attack scrolls received and used. Again, another good change centered around PvP. This is more of a quality of life thing, but that's what Raid desperately needs. It needs more quality of life stuff. It doesn't need more shitty new modes like Faction Wars Hard, which I am personally not a fan of. I'll do a whole nother video covering why I have a problem with that specific mode. Maybe you guys you might love it. Awesome, good for you. But it needs more quality of life stuff. This is the kind of stuff we need. Now, granted, for Siege, I'd really love to see the same thing that every other game has in this space, which is the ability to communicate better in-game, the ability to watch your teammate battle live in-game, the ability to watch replays of battles you have done or your teammates have done. These are standard features in 2025 for basically every game in this genre that Raid still does not have. So there's more to do, there's more to go, but at least they're again addressing quality of life. And frankly, that's the major problem in this game. It's not easy to play Raid compared to other competitors that are out there. So I'm really glad they're finally listening. Silver, what have we got here? You said Silver's been tight. Yeah, it's been insanely tight for years, Plarium. Insanely tight for years. And it's certainly with Faction Wars Hards, which basically requires you to re-gear every champion you may have never built. It's one of my major issues with it, is that first off, you have to have certain champions to realistically be able to do stuff, or insane amounts of gear in off-meta gear sets, which is why it's a terrible mode. But yeah, silver is a major problem, and it's absurd that you would introduce something like this in the game without addressing this problem first and foremost. But let's read what they said. While costs aren't changing for now, fat L, stop being greedy, make silver removal free, just fix it, like every other game in the genre, Plarium, that is a fat L, whatever. The next update brings some relief. A daily 1 hour free gear removal ticket will become the reward of win 3 artifacts accessories from clearing the dungeon's advanced quest. That should help a bit. Yes, it does help. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it doesn't. It's nice that we get now a daily opportunity to change our champions around, but for the love of God, Plarium, please stop holding on to whatever measly amount of money you make from charging people to remove gear, and wake up. Wake up to the fact that every game that is launching this year, or every game that has come out in the last several years, doesn't charge people to remove gear anymore. It is not 2019, it is 2025. Make it easier for people to build champions, to experiment with builds, to enjoy the game. One of the most enjoyable moments of the game in the last 6 months were those 2 weeks we had free gear removal during the community event, right? That's how the game should be at all times. There should not be a penalty for switching your gear around. And here's the thing. I know some people might be like, so there are always some people in the comments who are like, I like having silver charged. You're dumb. But here's the other thing too. It's not even going to affect your bottom line that much, because if you are an ultra kraken whale, right? If you're someone like me or above who spends a ton of money in the game, you still need a shit ton of gear to compete in PvP, because you need to build potentially 20 to 30 different champions with god tier gear in order to compete at the higher levels. So it's not like that minuscule cost or that minuscule amount of money you get from charging people to, change their gear out is going to not, still have a function where people still want to spend energy to get gear in the first place. I think that was one of the big concerns, is that, oh, well, then you can have one gear set that you can just mule around that lets you do all the content. Look, maybe for the people that aren't spending a bunch of money anyway, but for the big spenders, that's just not the case. You always need the best gear. You always need more of the best gear, because you need to gear as many champions as possible to hypothetically counter as many strategies as you might see in PvP. So anyway, this is a small improvement. It's not nearly far enough. Just come on, cut the shit and let's make gear removal free. Gear management. Holy shit. Are they finally going to make it actually doable to manage accessories in this game? Let's see what they say. Inventory control is getting an upgrade. New sorting filters for artifacts and accessories are on the way to help you organize and sell your gear more easily. Thank you, Plarium. Thank you. I have personally railed about this for 2 years now. how the artifact and accessory management in this game is absolutely piss poor, which leads to issues with storage problems because it is so hard to sort your gear and to realistically be able to identify the pieces you should sell. The fact that we don't have an ability to see gear that is not rolled, the fact that we don't have an ability to see gear that is fully rolled or rolled to 8 or rolled to 12 or 11 or whatever the hell it may be is ridiculous. And most importantly, when it comes to accessories, the fact that we can't just filter out only reaction or only pinpoint or only stone skin for everyone, where we see nothing else but these specific sets, which have become so important to building champions in this game, especially at the high end, has been a ludicrous oversight. So you know what? Thank you, God, that we're finally going to see this get fixed. Now, caveat to all the wonderful things I'm saying here, because again, overall, this is one of the most positive updates I have ever seen in Raid, with stuff that we need to, we're not even done, by the way, there's one more. Here's the caveat. Plarium has a track record of understanding the community frustration around certain things, going in to fix it, and then not fixing it correctly. And a great example of this is Tavern. The Tavern, which is not, by the way, you can see I got a little Niami over here. Gonna do a little showcase soon. I got lucky on the 10X. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. If you enjoyed that, type the word meow in the comments section. That did sound almost cat-esque. Meow, Niame. Ooh, very nice. Gonna have to do a showcase on her. But so a great example of this is when they went to rework the Tavern. Did they improve how it worked? Yes, they absolutely do. Did they fix all the problems with it? No, they absolutely did not. And so that is the one thing that makes me like hesitant, is that, okay, they acknowledge there's a problem here. They acknowledge we absolutely need to fix gear management. Are they going to get it right? Are you going to be able to sort your accessories only by pinpoint or only by reaction? Are you going to be able to sort your gear only by level that it's been rolled to, or if it's been unrolled? Or this would be a really crazy one, I guarantee they're not going to do, I'm almost positive, but what if you could sort out your triple rolls or your quad rolls, right? You can do that with Hell Hades Optimizer, but it would be so nice if you could just do it in game, especially for those of us who play on mobile a lot of the time. So this could be the biggest win of the entire update, by the way. And overall, I'm incredibly happy about the things that I'm reading here. And I am very thankful that Plarium is actually listening to what the feedback is. Thank you, seriously. I know I'm pointing out some things that make me concerned, but overall, this is a big update, and we're not even done because we've got one more. Minotaur quality of life. Let's see if I can drag this up. Yes, you said it so many times that even the Minotaur is getting some love. Expect Super Raids event as a first step to see if you will enjoy it or not. And an auto battle stop feature to make farming more efficient. More details will be shared when the time will come. Listen, to see if you will enjoy it or not, who the fuck wouldn't enjoy Super Raids and Minotaur? What? Really? Expect Super Raids event as a first step to see if you will enjoy it or not? I mean, the fact that it's an event is, again, like, I don't enjoy that. Like, we shouldn't be making this, like, oh, now we're going to have a new event, so you have to spend more energy. But there's no one in their right mind, no one that's not an insane person that would say, hey, I don't want Super Raids and Minotaurs so I can get scrolls more easily for my champion. This has been one of the biggest quality of life oversights for literally 3 years now. Thank you again for listening to the community and listening to your feedback and addressing this. And hey, a little bonus thing, an auto battle stop feature to make farming more efficient. I can't even believe that. That's actually, I wasn't even expecting that. They're going to have it so that I would imagine that, your battles stop whenever your champion gets their max scrolls. Well done. Well done. That's a bonus I wasn't even expecting. So look, overall, I meant what I said at the top of this video. This is legitimately the most positive improvements I have seen in Raid, I think, in years. There are so many things on this list that have been major quality of life issues, and it actually, for once, really does seem like the devs are listening. I know they listen. I know I'm being harsh in how I say that, but sometimes it's you know, it's understandable to feel that way when you've been talking about some of these things in some instances for 2 or 3 years and nothing has been addressed, or you've just been told outright we're not going to do it, when they're absolutely necessary changes to make the game more enjoyable for the existing player base, and also to keep Raid alive for 5 years down the road for people that start playing now. Like, you know, Plarium is all about getting new players. Okay, cool. How about taking care of the players that have been in your ecosystem in some cases for 5 or 6 years? In my case, 4.5. The content creators, the regular community, the spenders, the non-spenders, whatever. And the way you do that is with quality life stuff like this. So overall, a massive W. Thank you again, devs, for listening. Thank you, community, for speaking up for years. Thank you. And look, I know this, you may not like this if you're not a spender, but frankly, thank you, Supreme Club, because the feedback you're seeing here, this is all stuff that we have shared in the Supreme Club. And yes, even the tag team arena, by the way, being too hard for lower level accounts or free-to-play players, this is something I have personally shared in Supreme Club. So I know a lot of the free-to-play players see my accounts and they get jealous and they get bitchy in my comments section, which frankly is annoying. But you know what? It's not like I don't want you to enjoy the game as well, right? So even in that kind of feedback, I have personally shared feedback around this many different times, and I know other Supreme Club members have as well, because look, we want the game to be as good as possible for everybody. You may not believe that if you're free to play. You may not believe that if you're a low spender, but I swear to God, it's the truth. And I think, frankly, my track record speaks for itself in that regard, with all the different times I've talked about balancing champions that would be broken, or issues, ones that cost money like Taurus and Marichka, even when I've had them myself. So anyway, that's a little mini rant, little mini Drock rant. Can't help myself. It's been a while since I've done a video. But overall, like I said, huge changes coming. They can't get here soon enough. Oh God, I really hope we don't have to wait 6 months for these changes to land. And frankly, there should be no reason for it to take that long, but at least they're coming. And for that, I will say a sincere and honest thank you, Plarium, for listening to feedback. Now, let me give you one more piece of feedback, as if you'll even see this video / watch it this long. Here's one more piece of feedback. Please address Live Arena. Please give us friendly battles. Please let us do tournaments. Please let us create content on this game. I'm saying this as a content creator. Let us create content on this game as if it were any other game, like Super Smash Bros. Or any of the other gacha games that are out there, or Theory or Restart. I don't care, whatever. Pick a game, right? Let me host a weekly tournament. Let me choose the rule set of said tournament. Let me do what I do best. Fucking entertain people with Live Arena, with PvP. That is my next request. I am begging you to make that on the list of things to do, because if you want Raid to last a long time, if you want to see fun clips in the community enjoying stuff, whether you're a spender or not, that should be the next thing on the list once you're done with this stuff. So there you go. That's my plea for the next piece of feedback that I hope they address. I'm curious, though, what do you guys want to see them change? Do you agree with me that this is probably one of the most positive updates in terms of what they're actually working on that you've seen in Raid in a long time? It certainly is for me. But maybe you feel differently. Let me know in the comments down below, respectfully, as always. Again, thank you so much for listening to me talk about these things. And for those of you who have cared about where I've been, at least now you know. And we'll try to get some more videos out soon. So thank you guys so much for the love and support, as always. And I will catch you on a video soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Big Papa Drock